This book's either going to ruin my life or change my life, so I've got to see what this is all about. I discovered this book, Story of the Eye, through Cliff Sargent's channel, Better Than Food, which is a wonderful channel where I find a lot of great, often unusual book recommendations that I haven't heard of before. Story of the Eye by Georges Bataille. So this is a book basically about eroticism and death. What I want to do today is just approach it as a reading experience, regardless of whatever philosophical ideas it's trying to convey, which I don't think I don't think you have to read it necessarily to gather a certain philosophy. You can read it as a visceral experience, because that's how I was able to really appreciate this. Very enjoyable, and also really gross. I think that's the point. And everything they say about this book, that it's very graphic, it's grotesque, it's true. I'll just say this is not the setting to go into details. You could read a plot synopsis if you want, but hey, the book is so short, you could just read it yourself if you're curious. My initial reaction to the story is like, it's just absolutely absurd. These characters are ridiculous. They're just sex criminal maniacs. I mean, it's just a story about these absolute maniacs who are so freaking horny that they just can't help themselves to do the most depraved shit in the world. It just becomes more dangerous and revolting and disturbing and violent as the story goes on. I actually think it was kind of funny, and I think there's a sense of humor like running through this book. The way disturbing stuff is glossed over, or the way narrative moments are just kind of like, well, this happened and then now we're here. Well, they went and stole a boat and robbed a bank, and then they were in this place and they had a benefactor and everything was fine. And it's like, what I most enjoyed about this book was that it was always surprising, challenged my expectations. I will never look at eggs the same way again. The passions of these characters, even though it is extremely violent, gruesome, it's kind of amazing at first. And you, when you read about these characters and the passion that they have for erotic feeling, so much could be talked about and written about within these few pages. Yet what is most valuable to me as a reader is just the sheer narrative experience, the absolute freedom and abandon. I don't regret reading it. I did have like a stomach ache after reading it. You start the book and you're like, oh yeah, these people, they like having sex. Cool. Awesome. You have fun. And then at the end of the book, you're just like, please stop. Basically, I do recommend this book with the warning that it's a bit much. It was just nothing like I've ever read. End of video.